everybody, and welcome to Digital Marketing Happy Hour. I'm Kathryn Pascuzzo, founder and CEO of Swank Creative Inc. And this is Digital Marketing Happy Hour. And so what we talked about covering this month in October is measuring metrics and making money. So we're going to look at creating monthly reports, drawing insights from your data, and creating achievable revenue objectives based on your existing conversion rates. That sounds pretty technical. Does anything excite you? Like, what metrics, what numbers do you get excited about within your own business? I know for me personally, after I send an e-newsletter, I am so excited. When I wake up the next day, I like to look at how many people opened it and who read it. Yeah, Nicole likes email open rates and podcast downloads. Is there anybody else that has like a number that they like to look at? All right. So now let's take a look at Google Analytics. How many of you folks, Jess is like, I don't know what to look at. And after today, you're gonna nerd out just like me. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, my big screen over here. And this monitor is pretty large, so if it's too small and you can't see, let me know and I can zoom in on things. But I wanted to give you guys a look. Can everybody see my digital marketing happy hour screen okay? Does it show that? Yes. Okay, great. Who has their website hooked up to see Google Analytics? Has anyone dug into here before?
With your help only.
Yes. Just managed to hook her site up. We've got like a month worth of data. That's exciting and interesting. How about, I'm just trying to see how to get the chat view here, so bear with me. Not sure, I can't see the chat. Oh, here we go, up at the top here. Great. All right, Google account, but I don't know about this. Okay, Kajabi probably gives you some sort of insights as well, Nicole. I don't know if Kajabi integrates with Google Analytics. But yeah, if you have a website, you're going to be getting insights about traffic. And to be honest with you, more than a decade of doing digital marketing, there's only a couple of things that I actually look at in Google Analytics. It's very powerful. You can do a lot, and you can set up goals and things like that, which I've only ever done one time for one company. But I'm just going to show you what I do and how I make this meaningful to me. And it's just really great to be able to figure out how many people are visiting your website and how many people and when. And this is all you look for. You look for these spikes. You see all these spikes and you look at and you just hover over them and you can see, oh my gosh, look at July 7th. 40 people came to my website that day. And you're trying all of these different things as new business owners, and you're doing something different, and you want to know what's working, what's not. And so once you have a few months of data, you can go back and look for these spikes and then figure out what the heck you did that day. And more than likely, it's a social media post and a certain kind of social media post. For me, July 7th was when I first sent out my first e-newsletter to my whole database. So I narrowed it in. I was like, what happened in July? What did I do? And you just narrow it down here. And when you're in Google Analytics, you go to source media. If you just go to channels, it shows you direct. Direct means they typed in swankcreative.com. Social means some social media channel. Organic search means they Google me. Referral means that somebody else's website listing, they have my link on their website and they refer me over there. Right? And then you can dig deeper and it'll be like, okay, here's my e-newsletter. Here's Instagram. Facebook means mobile Facebook view. Right? There's all these different detailed where people came from. The next step I take is I look at the bounce rate, I look at the pages visited, and I love looking at the average session duration. So I sort it. I go, where are people coming from that spend the most time on my website? So we've got people from my e-newsletter, and then my Gmail link, people who search me in Google organically, Dubsado, and direct. Social media channels, they're spending seconds and they're bouncing potentially. And so if you're making tweaks in your website, you can go back and compare month to month and see if you've really actually improved things or not, which is fun to see if they're spending more time on the site. If you're seeing a 0 or, under a minute and a half, you want to go into those pages and optimize them a little bit better and see how you can make them a little bit more engaging, because you do want a session to be about a minute and a half. Average is an indication that you have a good website. So the second place that I like to go is the site content. This is getting a little bit crazy, so I'm just going to take the compare off here. Go back to January.
Hey, Kathryn.
Yeah.
Is there any way that what we can see is bigger? Like
Yeah,
zoom it in a bit?
Yeah, I'll try and zoom in a bit. How's that? A lot of it. Yeah. And so here's the pages. My pages don't have names, but this is just my homepage. And then you're going to take whatever this is. It looks like gibberish, but you just copy and paste it at the end of your domain. And then it'll show you the page that it actually is. So you can see see if they'll let me zoom. Oh, it's because I'm all in here. And so here's what these numbers mean to me. So there's page views and there's unique page views. So people are coming back to these pages again, and then this is like unique page views. And then here's my favorite, time on page again. People are spending a lot of time considering whether or not to buy my time blocking calendar, I see. And then so it's very click happy today. Bounce rate. So, oh my gosh, I've got 100% bounce rate on this page. So that means I have to fix that page. Something's broken, something's not quite right. If you're seeing above 40% bounce rate, there's some optimization that needs to happen. Above 80% is where I would prioritize. Absolutely. That's unacceptable.
Does bounce rate just mean that they're staying on that page for that amount of time and then like bouncing, like leaving?
Yeah, it's like they didn't engage with anything. They were there for a second and it took too long and they went back to YouTube or back to Facebook.
They
or,
just
you know,
exited completely.
somewhere else. They were like, this isn't loading. Sometimes it's not loading fast enough. They
Right.
get distracted. Or sometimes like I did an audit of a client, a realtor client, and they had a high bounce rate. And it was because they had a paid ad running for sellers. But when they clicked on the ad, they went to real estate listings. Like it was a buyer's page. So if it's not the content that the people are expecting to see, they could get scared and think it's spammy and bounce. And that's another indication, right? Does anybody else have any questions about website traffic? So the key metrics I like to draw are website visits. And I like to look at the bounce rate and the time on the page. Yeah, I think that's all I want to tell you about that. And just look for the blips. This means you're doing something right. And so I'm going to show you now how to find out what those blips mean and how to figure out where they came from. And so basically you look at these days and look back at what you did on those days, especially on social media. So Facebook gives you these insights. So this is Meta Business Suite. And you can see there's some blips here. And they show the dates here too of when you posted. And you can see, you can sort by reach and a number of other things. It's what your goals are, right? Like I like to focus on link clicks. Personally, for my business, I like to drive traffic to my website and drive them to book strategy sessions. That's kind of my goal. But you may just want to get the message out. You maybe just want to raise brand awareness about something. And so there's all sorts of different types of posts, and sometimes it's unpredictable to figure out what works. But when you're doing things so consistently, you can start to see some patterns. So I struck a bit of luck with my cute reel here of my son. Cute posts, pup posts do great, as we know, and getting the reach. So you can plan. It's like, okay, that one got me this much reach. I'm going to make sure I'm doing that at least monthly. My video did really well. Who we are and what did we do? And I always like to hover over to see the content and what I said and whether I linked to my website. With Instagram, you can't, right? Video again. I find portraits work really well for getting more reach, more engagement, more likes if it's you. This was a problem post, right? I talked about tired of getting taken advantage of by non-local real estate marketing agencies. DM us today. And you can look at who your audience is. And if you're, you can see, okay, are the people that are my clients actually in this demographic, or am I talking to the wrong people? Do I need to adjust my messaging? Do I need to do things differently to attract my actual audience? And then this is when you click see content report. And this is where the truth comes out. It's like, okay, so my post of my son got this many reached this many people, but nobody clicked through to my website. That didn't achieve my goal. So you can sort. What happened now? You can sort by these different things. Sophia's here. She's out again. Sometimes she tries to catch us from her car. Okay. Link clicks.
Kathryn, are
Yeah.
you able to maximize your screen or
I'll
is
zoom in again. I'll zoom in again.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, so just along this top bar, there's all these different ways to sort by. And so actually, the post that got me the most link clicks was this video ad I did for the Realtor Circle. My Who We Are and What Did We Do reached, you know, it didn't reach 3,000 people, but it reached 873. And I got 6 link clicks, 6 shares, 8 comments. So that's a formula that I want to repeat, and I should probably be repeating it like once a week. And then I would see those website referrals come in so much more regularly. Yeah, so you look for those golden nuggets that are actually getting you the results that you're seeking. And then that's how you build your weekly calendar, your monthly calendar, and strategically plan your content to drive people to your website. You find out all those formulas. And sometimes you don't know, but you'll see like certain patterns of like, oh yeah, the posts that, you know, like testimonial posts that are just screenshots are sending way more traffic than the ones that I spent an hour creating in Canva. Or, you know, you'll see which ones are actually, you can plan, yeah, and see which ones are actually converting, which ones are really worth your time doing more of. And it's fun to play and test things out. I like to test out imagery. Like, so if you're somebody that might invest in paid advertising or boosting posts and things like that, always test out the imagery organically first. I did that for a condo project where we tried out these various images, and then one just, it was like yellow, it was someone paddleboarding, and it performed so well that we just used it in everything. It was in the show home, it was in all of the paid advertising, and I knew it was an eye-catching image, and an image that people converted through already, and so I knew it did well organically, so it was worth investing in. Yeah. And so we'll look at Flowdesk data now. We did a little bit of that last month, but this is just an example of what Flowdesk's reports look like. And you can actually click through. I don't want to expose my clients' data, but you can actually, it's really creepy. You can see what time people opened and who unsubscribed, and you can tell all of that. It's also really useful to see what whether your clients are viewing your content on mobile or desktop, and then you know to optimize to those tools. So I'd like to see a higher click rate on my e-newsletter personally. I like about 20%, and about 60% on an open rate. But this is my entire audience. It's not a specific segment, and I wasn't telling them to do anything specifically, so I'm okay. I'm okay with this. But if it was like, you know, all my clients and it was like an invoice or something, right, I'd be like, okay, we need 100%. But this is just my monthly e-newsletter. That's okay.
So, Kathryn, what does it mean when it's unique clicks?
Yeah, so unique clicks means an individual. So Jess looked at this, and then for some, I can see, that's a really good question. For some, I can see they opened it 8 times. They opened it 3 times on Monday, and then more and more, like maybe they showed it to somebody on Tuesday and then Wednesday again. And so if you're prioritizing clients to call back and follow up with, those would be the people I would pick. I wouldn't tell them that I'm like, oh, I saw you open my email 8 times, but it's like, oh, would you like to learn more about this thing? And then they're like, yeah, actually, I was I was looking at this on your website for an hour. Yeah, it's a really, so again, that's kind of an optimization, time optimization thing where data can help you figure out who to focus on, what they're interested in, what's working to convert. Yeah. And if you're not signed up to my e-newsletter yet, pretty sure you all are, but you can, for the folks on YouTube, you can sign up at swankcreative.com/sign up. And I don't know if everyone has access to this, but this is my blast off tips and tricks toolbox. So I've got a branding worksheet on there, a revenue and reach worksheet that we'll look at, and then a bunch of referral links to the various tools that I love and use. So some of you have seen this before. This is my revenue and reach spreadsheet. So what you're going to do once you have some data and stats, you're going to be able to do some calculations to actually figure out how to reach your revenue goals. So I just said I'm going to make $1 million next year, and my clients are going to spend, $4,500 each. So then this gives me my numbers that I need. I'm like, okay, I'm going to need 222 customers. Some people don't do this before starting their business. I had a client that was like, I want to make $50,000 a year. And I'm like, okay, how many appointments are you going to do per week? And they were like, 9. And how much are you charging for those appointments? $150. I'm like, that doesn't equal $50,000. How are you going to do that? Right? So everyone's at a different place in planning for their business, but I'm the kind of person that likes to plan but then never look at the plan. I like to prove to myself that I can do it through numbers. And whenever I've done it this way, it's always worked out for the businesses that I have made a plan for. So I'm excited to try this year coming up for me, now that I have some solid metrics to look at. So oops, and why it's doing that. So here we go. Website visits. So I'm going to need, according to my current metrics, almost 750,000 website visits. So how am I going to do that? This many social media engagements, this many email subscribes, you get this many clients, right? So you can see your reach here, and you can add them together. You just want to make sure you're doing them consistently. And so we know correlation doesn't equal causation, but right, like having 1,000 website visits and having 7 customers this year, I know it's not directly correlated, but I like to set these metrics and set these goals as little indicators. And when something's off, I know what to prioritize and fix. So for example, I was working for a developer that had a show home, and I knew 1 in 10 of the people walking into that show home were buying a house, were buying something on average over the last year. And then that wasn't happening. It was like 1 in 20, not at all. And it was like, okay, it triggers you to go, what's going on? Are the people that I'm talking to not qualified enough? Is there something to do with the salespeople, that they aren't doing a good job in selling the homes? Is it simply because we don't have the right inventory available for the right market? So these metrics just help you have something in place every month, every quarter, to look back on and see if the conversion rates are off, and then help you prioritize what to look at. Does anybody want to try to like a little analysis? Does anybody have a question about certain data of their own that we could take a look at? I'm gonna take a drink.
I would love to,
Yay!
because I don't even know, well, I don't even know how to find what you were showing at the beginning. So maybe we could start there.
Yeah. So ideally you have this set up, and if you don't have it set up and integrated, it won't have been measuring for you. But you do want to have it set up because Google also will see it. I'm just saying how Kajabi has. We might have an add-on.
Like, would I just log into my homepage and then look for analytics, and that's where it would be?
Yeah, something like that. Do you have access to your social insights too?
Am I supposed to be doing something right now,
Oh,
Kathryn?
I thought you were going in.
Sorry, I don't know. Do you want me to screen share, or am I going in, or where am I going?
You can tell me. Let's look at putting in these data points. So can you tell me how many people, and we can use like regular figures, like they don't have to be the exact ones if you don't want, but how many people visited your website in a year?
Okay, so I'm doing that through Kajabi.
Yes.
Okay, just one sec.
Does anybody else have any questions while we're trying to pull that number?
I don't think I have enough data for my
Yeah.
data.
Oh yeah, we could look at yours too.
You're an admin.
Do you feel comfortable with that?
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't want to take away from Nicole though.
We'll do you next.
Okay, so I'm at analytics. Do I go to page views?
Yeah, we'll do page views. And it doesn't matter if you do page views or sessions or whatever, you just want to make sure you're pulling the exact same number each time that you are doing this.
Okay, so I'm doing year. And last year. Oh, but this year, right?
Yeah, let's do this year.
So I'm gonna
Year
click
to date.
today and click year. If I'm on the right spot, it says 66,000.
Awesome. That's incredible. All right, and then email subscribers total.
In the last year.
Mhm.
Okay, so analytics. So would that be opt-ins?
Mhm.
Okay. Year. Okay. That is just under 700.
And then how many people are in platinum? 20?
24.
And I don't remember how much it was. I think it's around.
Yeah, last year it was 10K.
So we'll say that.
And Kathryn, is there any chance you can make your screen a little bit bigger again?
Yeah, sorry guys. It's my massive monitor.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go. So, right, average customer is 10 grand, 24 customers, 66,000 website visits. It's incredible. 700 email subscribers. And then social media engagements. Are you able to get to this?
Yeah, so I go into Meta, right?
Mhm.
And then where do I go from there?
We go on the left bar, we go into insights.
Okay, yeah. View all insights. And then where do I go?
And then if you just go to overview, and you
Yeah.
can add these two numbers together here.
Sorry, I need to go back and look at your screen. Oh, so Facebook page reach, Instagram reach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Facebook page reach is 9,650.
Okay.
And Instagram reach is 12,046.
Oh, can you go to the top and make sure you're capturing from January 1st?
Oh, okay, that's the last 28 days.
Yeah.
Custom.
Incredible. That's really good numbers.
Okay, so from January 1st. Okay, so Facebook page reach is 20,790.
Mhm.
And Instagram reach is 87,243.
Great. So we'll say 208,000. So awesome. So I have this spreadsheet that automatically calculates
Mm-hmm.
these conversion rates. So 0.01% of the people that see your Instagram posts, and I have it pulling from this and C9, visit your website. So the reach is massive, so I don't blame you guys, but you want about a 3% conversion, and it depends on the type of business. But this tells me that you could be driving people more directly to your website.
From social.
From social, yeah. Making sure you're including those links more, calls to action, telling them to go there and check things out. I know you have a ton of awesome resources that are free. I went to the page to find, I was looking for your money meditation. There's this one on your podcast. There's this one meditation that is so good about money mindset.
I'll send it to you because I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. You sent it to me before. I was like, I have to ask for it again. And I just saw all the free resources on there, and I was like, oh man, there's so much that I could just be going through right now.
Okay, cool.
Lots of reasons to visit your website. And then email conversion rate, awesome. C9, C7. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Having like 4%. You want to see that year over year. If you see that drop, it's because you're not communicating to new people. If you're not seeing that growth, it means you're just talking to the same people over and over again. You could work on, maybe that's when you want to boost your reach instead of focusing on boosting conversion to your website.
Okay, cool.
And
Thank
then,
you.
Yeah, no problem. And then conversions to sale, right? So if you want to make 7 figures, I wasn't sure how many people you're opening up platinum for this year.
40.
So you'll want to.
But that's not our only offering. That's just
Right.
our first offering.
Yeah. So if you wanted to do that, you'd want to This is, I have to look at the math on this. But these give you some goals, some numbers to reach. So I want that many email subscribers. I like to take that number and I could divide it by 12, but maybe I'll divide it by 10 because I know I don't want to be doing that November, December. Or maybe I know the majority of my conversions happen in the first couple months of the year. So I know I want to be getting 116 email subscribers every month. And if I'm not hitting that, then I know I need to focus on that and prioritize that in order to meet my revenue objectives.
Okay.
Right. So we want to boost that reach by almost 150,000. So how can we, what posts are getting the most reach and can I do more of those? Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to everybody else here too? How I'm drawing those insights? Do you have any kind of questions about anything here? Or should we move on to Jess? Ready? Okay. Jess, I was talking to Ryan from Amazing Rankings and talking about, because Jess, she's a realtor, but she's also an incredible designer, interior decorator. And
I'm so little data.
has such good content. And when I looked at this data, I was angry. I was like, no, we need to fix your SEO. So we have like a month's worth of data for Jess here. Because I know there's more. And so when I was talking to Ryan, he was saying to actually have a separate real estate page from your design. And I was thinking, no, you want to drive as much traffic to your brand, your one website, right? That's what you want to do. But then he was actually saying you might get penalized because you can be saying you're an interior designer, but you're also saying you're a real estate agent.
Right.
And it'll just confuse the bots. So if you have a website where it's talking about interior design and all your interior design stuff gets directed to that, your relevancy score gets higher.
So have two different sites.
Have two different sites.
Okay.
That's what he says.
Because I'm going to be, I have a lot more probably data for J Designs. Actually, I don't know if I have it on Google Analytics, but it's been up for a lot longer than this one.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of get rid of it and just make it Jess Wageman Homes. And then I'll have a separate real estate one down the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know what, I'm going to put all my design stuff onto Jess Wageman Homes because it's going to be my umbrella brand.
Yeah. And I mean, there's one thing about, it's like, okay, that optimizes me. And then it's like, okay, what's just going to be easier?
Totally. Yeah. Because I'm already like getting away from the name of J Designs and just getting away from it at all. And so like, you know, my billing and everything, it's all Jess Wageman Homes now. So slowly phasing it out. But I need to move over all the content.
So you'll see, I think I looked up because I know you've got a Wix website. And then there's a way to like export it as a file and then import it en masse. Maybe
I can pull up my Wix website if you want.
Yeah.
And look at the analytics from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, one sec.
Because this is what I noticed for this one. Your content is incredible, but it's not driving traffic to your website.
No.
Like even this little bit of data already tells me so much about like, okay, there's work to do. And it's great because I know how to fix this.
Okay.
Linktree is your Instagram.
Yeah. And I can look up my Linktree analytics too.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my traffic overview,
Yeah, let's do yours now.
so for the year, right?
Yeah.
This year. Set. Just waiting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you site sessions,
Okay.
525.
Okay.
Average session duration is 5 minutes and 55 seconds.
Awesome.
Unique visitors is you don't need that one, do you?
Did you do what you give me sessions?
What's that?
Did you give me sessions before?
Yeah, 525.
What is the unique visitors?
297.
So that tells me I would use that one.
Okay.
It's almost double. It's like very different. So people like your audience are going to your website twice. You got to
Oh, okay.
There's a big difference there, right? There's a lot of people, right? Like you maybe see 20% of your audience coming to your website again, but you're seeing like 100%.
That's good.
Got the goods. You got the goods.
I got the good. Okay. Flowdesk?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I find my stats in Flowdesk?
You'll go just click on any old email that you sent to all your audience.
Okay.
Or you can click on audience.
Okay, I'll do my last email, which was almost 10 days ago.
Mhm.
Okay. So, okay, what number do you need first? Email subscribers?
Yeah.
92.
92. And then let's get your social engagements because I'm sure they're also insane.
So
Like, compared to
contact?
Matt, who posts like 10 times a day, maybe not, but
Overview?
yeah.
Okay, puppy. Okay, what number am I getting here? Post reach? Okay, hold on.
Facebook and Insta combined.
Okay, so let me just.
Oh, back here because I feel this with you.
2878. Oh no, wait, that's just in the last 30 days. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, how do I change the date? Do you know how to change the date?
Can you guys see? It's up in the top right. You gotta scroll
Oh, up there. Okay. Oh yeah, I see.
Say this year or
okay, yep. Oh geez, okay. And I'm going pay reach, right?
yeah.
Oh Jesus, wow. 102,227.
102,227.
Yeah. 102,227.
Incredible.
102,000.
Oh.
Just
Is that right? Oh. All right.
Still missing a 2 in there.
Here,
Yeah. There you go.
my virgin rosé is going to my hat. I think I messed up this stat too. This cell. 27 is my lucky number, so it's just coming to it too. All right. And how much money do you want to make this 2023?
Let's make it 1 million.
All right. And let's think about, do you want to do real estate or interior design, or like average it out?
That's a good question. Yeah, let's average it out. Both feet right now are in interior design instead of real estate. So,
Right.
which I'm realizing I was going into real estate thinking it was going to be my I was going to be a real estate agent with an interior design background, and now I'm going into as an interior designer with a real estate license.
Yeah. I think
Bye, Nicole.
I like that. I want to do that. But it's like, oh yeah, I can sell you a house too if you want.
Yeah.
So what could we put as an average spend per customer?
Per customer.
Let's think about what would be the average commission on like the average house.
Like 10 to 12.
Okay. All right. I feel like that's wrong too.
40. Well, this year I've had 18. But
there should be a metric. There should be this divided by.
All right.
So you need, in order to make million, you need 83 clients. So it's kind of like a reality check too, right? It's like, oh, I actually need to be charging more.
Yeah.
Or,
so what's that? 83.
Or hiring somebody so I can.
So I've got big news coming down the pipe, and I'll tell you on Thursday. I'm meeting her tomorrow.
Ooh.
Partnership is happening.
Yay! That's good. I know Mariana might want to volunteer for you too, to learn a bit about decorating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's interested. Okay, so then
yeah, so 83. So what, you divide that by how many weeks I want to work next year?
Yeah.
What's your 8? Get out here. Let's say 46. Oops. No, that doesn't make sense. Hey, stop it. Puppy. 8 was that 83 divided by 46? Does that make sense?
Divided by what?
46 weeks? Oh no, wait. Yeah.
Go 83 divided by 12, and that'll give you your monthly. So you want 7 clients a month. And then that feels a little cozier, doesn't it?
Yeah, 7 clients a month. Okay.
Right.
But that's 7. Well, that's 7 real estate clients a month. That's a lot.
Yeah. I know people that charge like $7,000 to stage a home. So it's not.
Well, yeah. So the funny thing is that, hey, stop it. Get out of here. Yeah, to make $1 million, that's a lot. So let's make it a 6-figure number. Eat it.
Do you have a lucky number?
My lucky number is 23. So let's say 230,000.
There you go.
Okay. And that's what, 19 divided by.
Oops. This is 230,000 divided by 12. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you how many customers you had last
I had 18 last year,
18.
or this year, currently.
Yeah, and then average spend per customer.
Not 12,000, probably more like 1,000.
Yeah. And then that should be calculating that. Right?
Yeah. Come here, you wanna? Come.
So based off of your website visits to email subscribers, like that's really high. So that's gonna go lower next year. I would anticipate like a 4% conversion rate at best to email subscription.
So why is it so high right now? What does that mean?
It's so high because your email subscriber list to website visit ratio is
that because I put links and stuff to my website?
Are all of your email subscribers from visiting your website, like, or are they like friends of yours that you've added, like?
Yeah, friends, family, website, and also Linktree has a direct link for Flowdesk.
So in order for this number to be more accurate, I would look at just the website visits and the Linktree conversions. And I bet you it would look closer to 4%, maybe higher because your stuff is so awesome. But yeah, that would 20%, like 1 in 5 people visiting your website subscribing to an e-newsletter is amazing.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So let's pretend it's more of a average. Why does it say 90%? Oh, number of customers. Well, that's more likely. That's more likely, right? That 20% of the people that you're emailing are converting.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you could look at, right? And so if that's happening, then you know how many email subscribers you need to get to 19 clients. Like that's not
really unattainable.
Yeah, it's not that far off. If
like,
you're,
I feel like I have the capacity, just me and myself, to do at least 4 a month.
I love that. I thought this is why I love doing this, because $230,000 to me, I'm like, right now in my point in my business, I'm like, oh, that's so much money. And then you just sit there and you're like spiraling, like, how am I ever going to do this? And then you do this exercise and you're like, oh, I know if I do this many people a month, if I do this many social media posts that convert this many people to my website, this many emails, this many customers, I can get there easily.
Yeah. So what's the social media engagements convert to sale is quite low.
So I would change, I think I want to update the spreadsheet so that it's actually just pulling website visits instead. Because a paid industry standard social media post to website conversion is average 1.4%.
Is average what?
1.4%.
Oh, right.
And then a great ad, like the best ad that I've ever done, was an 8%. And that was using a lookalike audience. Facebook has all of these tools and tricks. I was using a lookalike audience, so people that looked exactly like the 300 people that had purchased. And you can target ads directly to them. Maybe not now, they have this housing thing that fix audience targeting now, but those were the days. So you can expect 1.4 to 8% conversion if you're reaching the right people and talking to the right people and being timely with your messaging, and making sure you get that link or that call to action telling them where to go and what to do.
Right.
Right. And then you'll get a higher, because your social media engagement's like right up there. It's so high.
Yeah, I get a lot of engagement. That's one thing that I don't know why.
It's because it's so good. You do all the right things. You got the cuteness, right? You ask the questions, like engaging questions like this
Yeah.
color, that pink color. And then you tell a story and we get to see like before and afters are
Yeah.
all
Yes.
that type of stuff.
People love before and afters.
They
And
do.
that cute puppy. You've
Yeah.
got that cute puppy.
Trying to get her to calm down.
Yeah, you're doing all the right things content wise, and I can't wait to see you applying some of these things and how it can turn into making those dollar bills.
Making those dollar bills, making a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for putting that into like I'm so bad at like I look at my analytics of some things, not so much my website, but of social because I understand it more. And but seeing it like this, like we have something like this for real estate where it's like, oh, how many deals or meetings or how many people do I need to talk to, blah blah blah. I'm sure Sophia's told you or whatever, but how many people do I need to talk to in terms of like getting a deal? And like for my goal, it was only like 100,000 for real estate, and which is still big for me.
Yeah.
And it was like really just need to talk to 7 new clients or people a week. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I talk to way more than that. Oh, who's that? Who's that? The door is slowly opening to my office.
And if you're not, right, like you're 1 quarter in the year and you're noticing you're not meeting that $25,000 goal, you can start thinking about, were those people qualified? Was I putting myself in a room where not like those people were worth my time? And
exactly,
you start putting yourself in front of people that are qualified.
Yeah, because I definitely am talking to, I mean, my stories, over 200 people see them daily.
Yeah. And so, and you can think about that too, right? Like you're on Instagram, you're not on TikTok, or you are on TikTok, but you prioritize Instagram because you know that audience is more qualified, right? They're higher age range.
Yeah.
So you can think about that too, where you're putting yourself and who you're networking with and who you're growing relationships with.
Yeah, exactly.
And I haven't looked at it in ages, but I'm pretty sure, and maybe because you're housing, it might not let you target age groups, but we wouldn't pay for ads to be shown to anybody under 35. They just weren't our buyer.
Right.
So you can make sure you're targeting the older age demographics of people that are purchase homes, as sad as it is.
Right. Interesting. Nice. Well, thank you for that.
Well, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Let me go through my checklist here and make sure I've covered everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is sign up for a strategy session, but I'll be seeing you in a couple days, Jess.
Yeah, can't wait.
One of these days we'll get Alana to come in, and that would be great too. Yeah. So I think it's just for the YouTubers out there, it's just on my website, swankcreative.com, and you can click on the top right and book a call and find a time on your calendar that works for you.
Sweet.
And we'll see you there. We can do Zoom or you can come here to Quench.
Quench is so much better.
Yeah. Oh, it's so powerful. I had a session with Sophia today and we go all over the place.
Oh gosh.
It's so
You
fun.
know, we're gonna go all over the place too, and I'll
Yeah.
probably have to get someone to pick up the little one from school
Yeah.
so I have a little bit more time.
Yeah. But we got sticky notes now. We've got spreadsheets. We've got all sorts of ways to track down all the ideas that come.
Oh, good.
How good?